Two. That's right. You might have just heard a two right now because this is episode 152. Well, I really covered that boo-boo, didn't I? Fine music. And it's always a daunting challenge to follow these guys. Their discoveries are so amazing. But I had the good fortune of finding a band from the late 70s, early 80s that is not your ordinary band. And how did I even chance upon this? It was all because of a name, Francis Monkman. I don't know if you ever heard of Francis Monkman, have you?
Yep, he's an 801.
And he was in Curved Air.
Yeah.
As well. But that's not what steered me to him. A strange twist of fate did it, and I have to tell you.
Davy Jones? Mike Nesmith?
Those who know me know my favorite band, the one I've seen live in concert over 30 times, is Yes. And unfortunately, they've gone through a little too many lineup changes over the decades to the point where there are no original members left now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But there's this one member. He was a member back in 1980 for the Drama album. He was in the Buggles. Jeffrey Downs plays keyboards. Only not this time. For some crazy reason, when they were making their new album, what's the new album called? I'm spacing out the name of the new album because it wasn't Heaven and Earth. That was 2014. That was dreadful. But anyway, yeah, something of the Ice Bridge. I should know this because that's the song, The Ice Bridge. Album came out, last year? And the first song was so much better than all the other songs in the album. It's like, wow. I mean, Jeffrey Downs, the keyboards, wow, he really cooked on this first cut. And then the revelation came out. That wasn't him. It was Francis Monkman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Jeffrey said, oh yeah, I found that part in one of my old tapes, and then he realized his faux pas and they approached Francis Monkman and he said, no problem, just give me credit. So the best thing about the Ice Bridge is far and away the keyboards of Francis Monkman on the Ice Bridge, the first song. And it made Steve Howe, the guitarist, reach new heights that he hasn't reached in a long time. So that one song is almost worth the price of admission to an otherwise dreary album. Okay, but enough about Yes. Let's get into Francis Monkman. Something I didn't know about him is that he was the principal songwriter for another band. I mean, I researched this guy, and all I could find was he went into a career to make money selling music commercially. Right, so I guess he makes a pretty penny doing that. It's called Bruton Music. And so he's got some good cuts there, but you can't buy them unless you're a commercial agency. Damn. So luckily for me, I found the band that I'm alluding to from the late 70s, early 80s, and now I can let that cat out of the bag with a screen share. What's this, the snake? Oh yeah, I was another part of the alphabet, the Harvey part. And I got to head down to the S. S as in. There it is. Screen share. Sorry for the dead air. Sky. Now, I'm sure many people have not heard of Sky.
Oh, wow.
Just look up. No, that's not what I mean. Sky is, of all things, a classical band. Not really rock. They do have some songs that could be called fusion, and those are not their best songs. Their best songs are the ones that have the classical flavor, believe it or don't. And that's probably because the principal songwriter is Francis Monkman. He is brilliant, a brilliant writer, and he plays well. He's not a Rick Wakeman, but he's good. And so the best songs on the first two albums are the mellower ones, the classical ones. And much to my delight, my wallet is very thankful that they came out with a special collection of the best of 1 and 2. And it really is so good. So good. You got the pretty songs started off, Carillon, and then Danza, you know, kind of dancey, Westway. Okay, it's all right. Maybe a little bit proggy. Toccata, right? Totally classical. Where Opposites Meet is your epic. It's really 4 parts. And it's very, you know, the keyboards are phenomenal. And I could go on. Vivaldi and Gavotte and Variations is beautiful, gorgeous. Tristan's Magic Garden, same thing. So that's the first 2 albums. And then, of course, a terrible thing happened. Francis Monkman left Sky, the moneymaker that it was, to go do commercial music. And so Sky 3 does not feature Francis Monkman. He's been replaced by some guy named John Gray. And John Gray, he's all right. He's all right. 3 is, you know, it's still got the classical things going on. It's almost as good as 1 and 2. Still good enough to buy. But that was the end of the line for me. After that, the further albums, too much personnel change. But if you like beautiful music, a touch classical, a touch fusiony, the keyboards are just interesting, then this may be your cup of tea, Sky. So, enough said about them. Got to tell my trivia.
Wow.
I don't know. And of course, on Fine Music, you can test it out, see what you think of them. Like that. It was just really beautiful. And that's what you're looking for. That's what you'll find in Sky. Okay.
So he was in Curved Air.
That's correct.
Yeah, I had those albums. They reprised, I think, issued them, or Chrysalis Records issued them in the States.
What style of music is Curved Air?
They're kind of prog. They had if I remember right, electric violinist.
Okay, and we're still recording, but I was almost going to stop it. I was going to say, you know, if Yes really wants to come back, you know, they need to change keyboard players. Okay, all right, all right. Enough beatings. Okay.